Hmm. Be live. 1 second. Just gonna do some audio testing. Bear with me. Let's see here. 1 moment. Oh, I don't have my music on. 1 second. Music. Very interesting. Sorry, having some difficulties. Just trying to get my music working. Lavender Angel 1500. Missed you, man. Thank you. Where have I been? Yeah, no, that's a good question. I've just been kind of floating around. Kind of been off the grid, I think, but not really. Um, oh, here we go. Read it. Yeah, no, just been going through some stuff. Trying to work through some health things, I guess. Haven't really been doing as much drawing as I'd like to, so I think the last time I actively drew a whole lot was probably the last time I streamed, which was like, God, 6, 7 months ago. So I'm hoping to try to get back into things. Few changes here and there, so I'm hoping to have a bit more time to focus on what I want to do here. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Easily that long, yes, indeed. Okay, my audio is still not working. Um, you guys can't hear music, can you? I might have to just open up a playlist. Hey, musical. Welcome. Long time no see. Oh, here we go. Mm, it's still not working. Where is my Shadow the Hedgehog OST? Okay, I don't think it's gonna work. I can't work with that. Oh wait! Oh, here we go. Nice. Okay, I've got it. Okay, it's a bit loud. Sorry, thank you. Yeah, okay. Alright, so... I really should have tested this beforehand. I messed around with my Streamlabs settings a couple of months ago because I was testing out my... I got a capture card for my Switch. So in order for me to actually stream that through Discord, I messed around with all my settings. So okay, cool. I've got it fixed. So now I can get started. Hello, everyone. How are we all? Hey, Sol. Yeah, okay, good. You missed all the... Well, you might have been here already, but yeah, I just spent the past 5 minutes troubleshooting my audio, but no, it's all good now, I think. Yeah, okay, yep. Okay, good. Okay. And also I'm doing another thing as well. I got some wireless earphones, so I'm testing out hearing my stream through my phone. Okay, so I think I sound alright. Right, okay. Still existing, had some big changes mine end. Oh yeah, I understand that. Hope things going alright for you though. Right, okay, so yeah, as I was saying earlier, wow, let's repeat it again since I was a bit distracted. Yeah, it's been a while. Just had a lot of stuff going on. Barely really registered anything for the past 6 or 7 months. Since the last time I streamed. Haven't been doing as much drawing as I'd like. Mostly just been just floating along with work and games and stuff like that. But you know, new year, so I was trying to do something in January, but didn't end up panning out. So now that this is technically my new year now. Hi, Owain, welcome. It has been a while. Hope you're alright. Right, so what I'm gonna try doing, gonna do something very low pressure, because I have not drawn in a long while. I'm gonna go through this old sheet. So I did the last time I streamed, I was doing a lot of these. Sketched out nearly 100 characters, 96 characters by the end of it, of my characters in Sonic Expanse. And in between time, I've just layered on some basic flats to get an idea of what colors everyone is. But I want to try to render out each of these. So no idea what sort of style I want to go to. I've completely forgotten my art style, so I'm just gonna fluff around and see what feels natural. Now, I'm not too sure what I want to do for what characters I want to do. I don't know if I want to pick at random or like do a line thing. I was thinking about maybe going instead of from left to right, go from up to down. So the first row of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 6 or so characters, but I don't know how long it's going to take me to render out a character, so might just pick at random, see how the stream goes, see how long it takes, to see how long it'll actually take me to actually do all of these. So bear with me. Dead soon. Oh my god, Sai, welcome back. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Definitely took a lot of mental push to get me to get the stream going, but yeah, it's yeah, now that I'm back into it, it feels pretty natural. So I shall get started. So I might just start with this guy because he's a very simple design. He's a ghost. This is the Shackled King. So as I go through these, I may end up retreading similar ground where I just talk about the particular ideas, but it's a very simple character. Where am I? Okay. A lot of these ideas have to be updated because there's been a lot of changes to Sonic lore since the last time I did substantial work. There's so much that is really outdated. As I go through these, I'll probably refresh my ideas and update them as I go along. Okay, so this guy first. How are you guys all going anyways? Where are my tools? Maybe I'll use one of these fancy ones. Ink liner? That'd be cool. Okay, I'm gonna go with an experimental ink pen. Oh, do I want to? Yeah, I'll go with that. Maybe I should just go with what's familiar. Okay, good. Right, so if anyone was here a few months ago when I was doing these sketches, you probably remember a lot of the lore dumping I did for these characters. This one here is the Shackled King, as I mentioned. He is actually an expansion on the King Boom Boo idea from the character King Boom Boo from Sonic Adventure 2. So, the random ghost boss that, well, my avatar is spazzing out. And I just realized I don't have a chat overlay. Whatever, that doesn't matter. Anyways, so that's the King Boom Boo. In between time, King Boom Boo actually has gotten some canon lore developments with the Tales Tube short from a few months ago. So I think it was a Halloween episode. But yeah, in that Tails Tube short, I think it's implied that the human character in that short is the origin of King Boomber, but I'm still keeping with what I've got here. So in my expand stuff, I've expanded on Chakama from Sonic Adventure 1, so Chikal's father. He is cursed and becomes king. Oh my god, my avatar is crazy. I might have to turn that off. It kind of goes crazy because I wear glasses and it does not like reading my face with glasses on. Turn enough movements. Have you tried VBridger with VTube Studio? Okay, I'm using VTube Studio. I don't know what VBridger is, so I might have to look into that. Yeah. Yeah, I have not messed with like any settings or anything since I set it up, which is like a long time ago. I really should probably tinker with it, but I don't know, it's just beyond me. But yeah, VBridger. I'll look into that because that does sound ideal. I would go the the usual iPhone route, but I do not have Apple products, so yeah, we'll see. Thanks for the suggestion. Actually, I'll type it in now so I don't forget. Cool. Need to get those contacts. Me too. It sounds like a lot though. Yeah, I actually, honestly, I have not had my eyes checked in like a decade. I really should, because my eyes are probably really not good. They don't make contacts strong enough for the eyes I was made with. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, okay, actually, I wondered that as well, because like I said, I haven't checked my eyes in a long time, and definitely has been some deterioration in that time. Hey Flame! Welcome. I saw that you were streaming already. I was gonna pop in, but I had already planned to try to stream today, so hope your stuff's going alright. I really don't know how I feel about this pen. How can we be sure mirrors are real if her eyes aren't real? Nice. Wiser words have not been spoken. Right. Well, so far so good. I haven't completely forgotten how to draw. Test. Oh, hey. Oh, here. Is that a separate account? Or is that... Oh, you've just renamed yourself. Yeah, that's understandable. Actually, if I recall correctly, if like one of the last times I streamed, somebody was trying to rename their account and they're having some trouble. I think they worked it out. I really don't. I've always been really undecided if I want to go for a rough look or like a clean sort of rendering style. Like, usually I try to be as clean as possible, but it's often quite rough. I have no idea what I'm doing. Something I ideally should have done is done like a secondary sketch over this. Whatever. Kind of updating his design as I go along because I noticed that literally just now while trying to find a reference of Chakamuk, he's got a new official render from Sonic Blitz. So he looks wildly different here, so I'm going to update as I go along. Right. Oh, big man. Hey, wow, trying to sneak in a silent stream. Yes, very sneaky. Completely, just decided on the fly. Every single day I have a day off, I keep thinking, oh, gonna stream today, finally. Gonna stream today, finally. Never ends up panning out, so kind of just forced it. I just scheduled this. Usually when I stream, I just sort of put one on without thinking about it, but this time I pre-scheduled it about half an hour earlier, just to sort of mentally prepare myself. Well, yeah, hey, welcome. Hope you're going alright. Yes, finally, yes, you've been bugging me for a while now. That's all good. It's definitely something I want to do more, because, yeah, I kind of need it to get myself active with drawing, because when I try to draw by myself, it's a real struggle. But hopefully those things might change soon. wait a second, why aren't you... Should set up one dedicated drawing to that's... Yeah, that sounds good in practice. Whether or not I'll actually commit to it is another thing. Yeah. Because for me, it's like, whenever I have time off and I'm sort of preparing for my day, the two things I think of are either spending the day hanging out with my friends or, you know, drawing, streaming, focusing on the stuff I'm doing here. But more often than not, all that thinking goes to nothing, and I end up doing neither of them, which is a real pain. I really need to break out of that habit. Because I'm changing account soon. Wait, so is this one? Is this account your main account or your new account or your old accounts? Yeah, I've noticed that with a lot of artists, then you like to draw with others. Yeah. I don't know. I'd love to be more social, but I'm kind of impaired in that department. I love being around people, but at the same time I struggle to sort of manage myself. I get socially burnt out so easily, so I try not to make too much of a commitment, even though I want to be more engaged. So it's like, even though I want to spend time with people, it's like the moment I do, I'm like immediately itching to get out of it, and I feel really bad about that. Yeah. Yeah, like honestly, like when I'm streaming, this is the most I ever talk. Like when I'm in social calls and stuff, I do not say much at all. So this is the most you'll ever really hear from me. Alone time is good, yes. I cherish my alone time. Playing focus on your stream. Will the Expanse Law cover Broom Roo's beef with the racer in the first place as Siemens? Yes. That'll be. I actually I've had it. I've had the game since it came out, but I have not played Sonic Cross Worlds at all. So I really need to, because I need to sort of absorb all the background details. But I was just a bit bummed there wasn't any story, but I did really enjoy the character interactions. So there is a lot of information to sort of glean from all that. But yeah, no, I'd love to do more with whatever fucking Rubu's got there. Yeah, I've literally had it since it came out, but I have not touched it. I've got so many games on my backlog that I want to play. But yeah, it's more my focus has been shot, like lately. I think I suppose I don't think many people watching are from actually from DeviantArt, but I sort of posted up a journal there, sort of giving a life update. And I just don't like talking too much. I don't like talking about it. It's just, I don't think anyone really cares, but I've mentioned that I've had a couple of major changes. Been recently diagnosed with mixed autism and ADHD. So I'm sort of working things out in that department. Still got a couple more weeks until I could look into getting medication for the ADHD side of things, but more just trying to embrace my identity, I guess. So it's kind of a big thing, but also, yeah, I don't know, I'm still struggling to really process it. yeah, as I was saying, like my attention span is really short. Debating on it since I saw it on sale. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, actually, that's true. The last time I streamed was back in July around my birthday. I had scheduled for nearly 2 weeks off work. Streamed my first day, and I didn't go back. My bad. Anyways, welcome, DP. Good to see you. Hopefully everything works out in the end. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, it's good clarifying information, more just understanding, why I'm so evasive, why struggle with a lot of basic things, but yeah, it is what it is. 7 months, yeah. 7 months in hand. Yeah, and as I was mentioning earlier on, like, I literally have not drawn much, like, well, at all, really, since then, so I'm really rusty. I have no idea what I'm doing. Tried those 7 months, I'm sorry. I can't wish for a mountain of handkerchiefs for you. Yeah, kinda. I suppose my like I haven't not been creatively active. Like, I've been doing a lot of brainstorming and story building and stuff like that outside of all this, but I haven't really been doing Sonic as much, even though it's like still my largest passion. I've been interested in a lot of other different series, a lot of crossover work, some original stuff. Oh yeah, I posted up on my socials the other day a draw pile I did. So I during that time I just dabbled with like a few bits of the various projects I have. So got Taurus here representing my Sonic stuff. Bakadam, one of my Fakemon from my Pokemon region, Cookie Run character. This one's a character from my original story, which I do not do enough with. This one's from a Dragon Ball and DC crossover. This one's a character I've made for a friend's project, Soul's project. And this is my VTuber character, but in a uniform. That's also one of Soul's projects. And this one here is a pair of twins for King of Fighters and a certain Magical Index crossover. So yeah, been dabbling with a few different things just in the background. And let's see here. If I ever learned anything from long art breaks, it's never truly. You never get rusty. You get better, actually. Yeah, true. Actually, it's like I do a lot of observing. I still browse art and I save links to like art that I really like and sort of mentally absorb them. And it's like stockpiling skill over time, even though I'm not doing anything. Yeah, that's pretty much how I roll. Broke so long the Windows updates broke your VTuber. Sure, yeah. I miss him moving. I've got to work something out with my VTuber model because I really do not like when he twitches so much. I'll have to troubleshoot that. Handsome. Oh dang, you were cooking. Yeah, somewhat. And then comes DP. Okay. Yeah, no, it's good. Good to get back into things. I really just need to break the inertia. I keep saying that, but as simple as that is, I just don't bother or don't manage to do it. So, yeah, yes. It's a little bit awkward, but whatever. actually. Oh, what? Oh, I just noticed that in this new render he's got longer dreads. But at the same time, in the Knuckles series, he's still got the short dreads. So I might just keep it as is. Right. Anyways, before I got way distracted, I was giving a brief lore dump about this character. So this is King Boom Boo, but it's also Tikal's father, who has been cursed. So that's who the identity of King Boom Boo is in my Expanse stuff. It's like, as I said before, they in between time. Tails Tube has established like an origin for King Boom Boo with the human king that receives a talisman. I'm still going to work with that information, but I'll still maintain my ideas. So I'll have it so that like the king, Chakamak is tied to that particular talisman, and then like, you know, the king still comes into contact with it and like is corrupted by him. So I'll maintain it in that regard. That does actually work a lot better for what I originally had intention, because I did have in mind that the likes of Wendy Witchcart would have a talisman that was connected to King Boom Boo from my 60 years ago story, so that works perfectly with what I have in mind. What does he sing? Oh, there we go. Looks like multiple plates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I really should have done a second sketch, because I'm going to be making up details as I line art. This is like the messiest process possible, but I really should take that. Oh, whoops. Actually, something I was contemplating doing earlier was instead of the usual Shadow the Hedgehog OST, I was gonna put on the prototype OST. So a couple months ago, well, it's a month ago or so, the beta build of Shadow the Hedgehog came out, and there's like an OST that has some pretty different songs in it. I've been listening to that a bit on and off over the past couple of weeks. That was really fun. I was contemplating putting that on instead of this, but it's only 25 minutes long, so I didn't want to loop 25 minutes over and over again. Yeah. Have a great rest of the stream. It's 2 AM, so resting. No worries. Thanks for popping in. Have a good rest. Ace Clips 745. Hello, welcome. Hope you're having a nice evening, afternoon, morning, wherever it is. It's very strange. Okay, so they're marking still. Good. Something I need to relearn myself to do is to not stress too much about the line art. I just want to get it out there above anything else. So I'm just gonna try to loosen my methods a bit. Doodled a little something for you, Silent. Ah, thank you. On Discord. That's cute, thank you. Press it up on the screen. Creative. Nice. Very cute. I like the little blue streaks in the hair. Thank you. Right. Now, how do I draw feathers? He's got feathers on his. So I want to add the details, but at the same time, he is a ghost that's just mostly white. So I've got to be vague, I guess. Yeah, that'll do. I think it looks cool enough. Nice doodle art, boy. Right. Okay, he's got a couple of. I suppose I should complete the head first. Let me just actually King Boober. Because I want to implement a bit of the his ghost tip. Let it go. Maybe? Maybe better to stick up a little bit more. Like, give me. This is the worst way to line art. Okay, that'll do. Right, got 3 fingers. I did a bit of an art meme earlier. There was like a bad bad artist habit bingo. Yeah, and I got 2 bingos on it because I've got so many bad habits. but one of them was like that I didn't mark off on it was hiding hands to avoid drawing them. I do wish that was me though, because I hate drawing them. Let's see. Let's check out the shape of his tail. He's got like a. I want to implement some of that creased sort of tail shape. Actually, now that I think about it though, because he's an echidna, so he should have the sort of creased tail anyways. What was I thinking here? Trying to update the drawing while doing the line art is such bad practice. Everything is whipped until the end. That's a good point, actually. I should stop stressing about process because usually what I do is by the time I've I've done the line, I've done the sketch, done the line onto the flats, applied base colors, and then whacked on some shading and lighting layers. I usually end up just merging them all anyways and tinkering with it all in post. So a lot of that would change. I guess I get too hung up on processes and maintaining things the way they are because I'm a bit OCD about that sort of thing. Because I like to keep a record of all my work, all my layer work and stuff like that. But no, I've got to mentally stop myself from stressing about that kind of thing. I'm too much of a perfectionist. So even though this is kind of messy right now, once it's all merged together, it's going to be cleaned up individually. That's true. I don't know what I'm doing. I do not do traditional art anymore. I cannot remember the last time I drew anything on paper. Pack. The last thing I drew on paper was the other day, and it's something I can't show, huh? Understandable. That's cool that you're still doing it traditionally though, because I don't know, digital art is like a huge crutch. You sort of depend on it too much. I've become incapable of drawing without all my little bits and pieces, like being able to mirror stuff and undo on the fly. Layers as well. We should put it on this arm instead of the other one. Silent my art process process always involves sketching something out on paper early. That's cool though. I wish I could do that because, especially like when I have ideas on the fly, you know, I never just draw what I have. I just save it until I'm free, but I end up I'm not doing anything with it. So it's, yeah, I really should do paper stuff like that. I actually bought one of those Samsung flip phones. So it folds out so you can get like a full screen, basically like a tablet. And I bought that specifically because I wanted to, if I ever got ideas on the fly, be able to draw on it. I bought it, did it once, and then the novelty wore off immediately, and I never used the middle screen, so it was a huge waste. So next time I get a new phone, I'm just gonna get one. Walkart, hey! How are you, man? Man, I wish I could control Z IRL. Same. Oh. If only life could be perfect. What was I doing here? Oops. Okay, so the armband is on this arm now, so I don't need this. Oops. Something I really want to make an effort to do more of is darker outlines on the outside. Something I used to do, but I stopped doing it at some point, so it's a thing that always looks really appealing to me, but by the time I'm done, it's usually thin lines across the board, so I'm gonna manually start outlining harder. I've occasionally tried to control Z when I muck up on a sketch. Yeah, that's very, very instinctual. I know I've tried doing that before. The thing though that I like, the thing that, besides the control Z, the thing that I really need more of in like with traditional art is being able to flip the canvas. I mean, it's, I've once wanted to buy like a light box for that sort of thing, but it didn't pan out. I just really need to work out if my drawing is balanced, because I do not trust my eye. That's one of the things on the on that bingo that I mentioned was not flipping the canvas. I made sure to ignore that one because I heavily depend on it. I'm pretty slow, I realize, so an hour in, I've still yet to finish this line art. I'm probably... I've always considered like line art to actually be my favorite process, but at the same time it's like the most tedious and the thing that requires the most mental willpower. Because I know that's when I when I do it, I'm gonna put the most work into it. Because like coloring is like super easy. It's like, what if I have a good clean line art, I can easily use selection tool and just whack it all on. Layers are massive crutch on that one, but line art needs to look decent, otherwise everything else falls apart. Oh, wait, did I answer that before I read your question? Line art's my favorite process. Being able to select and move things around is another thing I can do with traditional. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Scissors and some glue. Yeah. Yes, line art is my favorite. Yeah, well, like I said, it's even though it is my favorite, it's also the thing that sort of puts me off the process, because it's like, I have to do this, but I also really like this, so. But mostly because I know that, you know, when I do it, I will be putting, you know, my all into it, but at the same time, it's like, I don't have enough to give all. And I want to do this 96 times for every single one of these. Why does my background keep? I'm just going to do this. Make that one that. Get rid of this. Perfect. Yeah. Actually, I don't do, like, well, these are all like rough sketches. These were really fun to do. But actually, now that I think about it, sketching I might find more difficult because, like, you know, it involves you know, getting the idea out there. But most of the time, I lack ideas. Once I actually with these ones, these were great because once I, you know, when I'm streaming and I have like people watching, it's easy to whack these out. But when I'm trying to do it on my own, I struggle. I get really stressed out and frustrated with not being able to sketch like stuff like this. But these are cool. As long as you can get something tangible, and get your idea out there, then it's achieved its purpose. But with line art, it's like, you know, I'm doing all the work with the line art here at the moment. I'm refining the drawing while I'm doing this, but since I have a sketch to work off of, it's not as painful. Well, actually, no. Yeah, that's another thing. Because usually, say for example this one, I'm line arting it as I'm on top of a sketch that isn't fully refined. So that means that this final drawing could be really hit or miss. Because ideally I should refine the sketch and, you know, make sure it looks really good. But right now I'm putting work into something that I'm not too sure if it's going to be very decent. I like ideas. Has a character. Well, these characters. This is a collection of characters I've built up from since 2012. So 20. Oh yeah, no, 20, like 13 years, 14 years. By the time I finished all these. Yeah. So. Actually, that's something I wanted to do with all these, because since these are all ideas that I've built up over that long period of time, once I've sort of like affirmed that I'm happy with these ideas and not needing to like completely change them, I can start working on some other stuff. I think a lot of artists are like that. I noticed a lot of art streamers don't start from a blank canvas, but are rough. Yeah, well, that's true actually, because that's something I wish I did, because like when I usually stream, I usually start from the start. So usually I have no ideas and I come up with something on the spot. But sometimes I wish I had thought of something first, so people don't see me fluffing around with it. yeah, that's why I decided. Actually, that's very specifically why I decided to work on these old sketches instead of just doing something new, because I really have no ideas at the moment. It is, but I don't know if people want to watch that. When I was doing all these sketches, I had a pretty good thing going on, because I was able to sort of get an average on the amount of time spent on each of these sketches. These are pretty simple, but these took like looking back on the streams, they took like 15 minutes each or something. I'm actually taking a long time with this line art, because with past streams, a line art of this quality for a full character probably took like... Oh, actually, no, I'm still in good time. I was going to say, like, a line art of this quality with a full character probably takes like an hour and a half. But I don't know, I still got another half an hour to get this one arm done. I thought I'd been streaming for much longer than that. I'm calling bluff on Flame too. He doesn't watch art streams. That's me. Okay, he's just enjoying the chat here. Yeah, I don't know. Even though I feel like I mean, you know, observing my old streams, I do draw really quick. For me, it feels like they take much longer, even though objectively they don't. I don't know. It's a mental thing. I have a tendency to overwhelm myself easily. Ugh, my avatar. Something of this quality would, a line art of this quality would probably take a lot less time if I had a refined sketch. So I'm just making stuff up as I go along. More shape. Yeah, I'm not too sure if I want to like keep working on this to completion or try to line on something else. I plan to stream for at least 4 hours, because that's kind of like my average until I start to burn out. But I don't know. This is more of a test to see how I really fare getting back into all this. Because I'm not really doing this out of any project intention or anything. I'm just doing it for fun. Usually the stuff I do has some sort of relevance to what I currently want to do, but like for example, I had this other one up. Been sitting on this for like 2 years. Actually, I restarted it once. I restarted this whole chart once already, because by the time I wanted to work more on it, the drawings felt outdated, because like it'd been like a year between doing it. So I've restarted this once already, but now I feel like the amount of time between when this started and now, it's longer than that period. So I'm hoping I'm not sick of these drawings and have to restart again. Yeah, I really want to get this done sometime, but I don't know. Just, yeah, a lot of intricate stuff here. We'll see. Some of those designs need to be updated. Someone's sneaking up in you all heard the floor creak? Yeah, probably. I cannot hear anything going on because I've got headphones, but my microphone picks up a lot. Usually I have the video broadcast on, which like dampens background noise, but for some reason the Streamlabs not have the option to register from the video broadcast. Need a big printout to hang on the wall. Yeah, that's sort of what I wanted to do. Like, you know, obviously having a big chart poster would be really, really cool, but also with the individual drawings, I wanted to make like a miniature booklet with like information about the whole concept, just for my own enjoyment, because I really, that's probably like the thing that I want most of all. Like I have ideas for like making games and stuff, but the thing I really want is just to be able to make books. So that's a dream for the future. Like not like published or anything, just more for my own enjoyment, just being able to physically hold something that I've created. We'll see. I think that's looking pretty good. I just gotta finish this arm and he's basically done. Oh yeah, I've got to darken thicken the outlines outside. You got plenty of times for that for sure. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Time to make your own version of Bluey. Oh, that'd be fun. Honestly though, like, even though it's from here, I have not watched an episode of Bluey at all. Like it's a cultural icon, but it's just never been within my range of vision. I don't typically tend to watch normal TV. Usually all my TV consumption is like through streaming services. What? Trader, yes. It's cute. Nice. So you're the #1 super fan. I know I'm missing a lot of strength. Oh, okay, I can imagine that. I feel like that arm's a bit short. Maybe if I make it look thinner. I think that's relatively decent. What if I get rid of the sketch now? Okay, sketch. Might need to expand on the quills a bit. Tikal's dad is a ghost. Yes! I'm glad he looks like him because I had to adjust some things as I went along. But yeah, this is Tikal's father. In Expanse, he is the true identity of King Boombu. So I'm sort of using this as a mental exercise as well to like update my lore details in my brain, because canonically a lot of stuff's changed in between time. Like beyond this little bit with the Tales Tube, there's been a lot of different lore things that I need to slowly not really, it's like the like I want to maintain my ideas as much as possible, but at the same time I want to still integrate the new canon inclusion. So I'm not replacing outright, but more merging ideas and adapting them in a way that doesn't conflict too much with canon. So yeah, you know, a lot of those probably come up as I do the rest of these characters, because a lot of stuff's happened. Anyways, hey, Sonic Gal 390, welcome. Long time no see. So what I want to do is... well, I've been busy with that Pokemon CA DLC. Damn, that Rayquaza. Nice. Yeah, I played that back around December. Very fun. That's pretty much yeah, what consumed a lot of my time for like a couple of months. I was actually saying before earlier that I was having audio issues because my Streamlabs audio settings were adjusted, and I did that because I was messing around with capture card for my Switch because I was streaming Pokemon ZA on Discord, and yeah, that messed up my settings. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing another game stream at some point, but like I've done 2 game streams on my channel. I played Shadow Generations when it came out, and I played a little bit of Metaphor with Fantasia. But as much as I'd like to just sit here and play games, I don't want people to see how bad I am at games. Because I am extremely casual. I'm not good. I haven't played it yet. We'll soon though. Oh, really? It's pretty decent. I really enjoyed the game. I really like the characters in ZA, and it's a really nice follow-up to X and Y. I'm always really interested to hear people who have played ZA, because a lot of people who I know who have been playing ZA didn't play X and Y. So a lot of them are like missing context because it relates back to a lot of information from X and Y. So I'm always curious to hear how confused people are. Keys 2 when? Yes, please. I want to know what happens to the protagonist. Is he stuck in the past? Yeah, you do not want me on such. I intend to be bad luck. Yeah. When I was playing Shadow Generations, I kept doing challenges, and I was being picked on a lot. So yeah, it's gonna be a struggle. Maybe I might play JRPG again because I did enjoy Blue Fantasia, and that was like, you know, just learning on the game as it went along. But high-paced games, no good. Let's see. Ask Flame to stream Urbans for you. Oh, yeah. I played Urbans a bit a while back, and yeah, yeah, no good. So that should be interesting. Flame, go ahead, do that. This is your calling, Flame. Well, I came up with my own alt version, worse version of Amy Rose, who calls herself as a younger adopted 15 Stevie, which I'm working on. Oh, that sounds fun. I love AUs. I'll always be fond of people who still go out of the way to make them. I think it's probably alright now. Like, I haven't really paid much attention to the Sonic art community, but there was a period of time when there was like a stigma against, like, you know, creating AUs and characters. So I've always made an effort to, you know, encourage people to just dabble and do what they want. You know, not worry about what people think about creating characters and worlds and stuff. So that's really fun to hear. Yeah, well, I recalled having a sitter named Amy who taught me a few game tricks on the Super Mario Bros. 3, which I still remember. It's a nice memory. Yeah, so this is a part that I struggle with most with line art. Like, once I've got it done, then it becomes a struggle of, ugh, is my perfectionism going to kick in to want to clean up all these little notches here? Because, you know, it looks clean from here, but when you zoom in, it's like, well, what is this? What is this? And this is the part that I mentally struggle with trying to avoid doing. Sometimes like I go through a thing where like I, you know, just leave it be. But then at the same time, sometimes it makes the rest of the process a bit more difficult. But we'll see. I think that should be okay. I really want to get this done. Yeah, because like this is fine. This is workable. But for me personally, it's like I'm thinking about all these little bits and pieces that need cleaning, and that's where all, you know, the time sink and the stress about line art comes in. And yeah, as well as that, it's like, you know, I could just spend the next couple of hours just tweaking these little bits and pieces, but it does not make for good stream content. So I just gotta sort of suck it up. Let's see here. Wanted to add in more details here. Tell now. That's good. Reassuring, actually. It's like I honestly don't watch streams as much as I should, like art streams, because it's often I always find whenever I do on a rare occasion, it's always super encouraging watching other people's art processes because it's like, oh, I'm reaffirming that what I do isn't super weird. But yeah, you know, I just don't really invest too much time on things. You watched the Chaotic Case Files. Also, what do you think of it? Yes, I have been keeping up with it. I haven't watched the latest one though, with Tangle and Whisper. I've got to get around to that, but I have been enjoying it. I was, yeah, I had to make some trips last week, so I was listening to it while on the bus, and it was very enjoyable. I'm interested to see the outcome of it because depending on what's going on with like the museum artifacts, I could do stuff with that for Expanse, but we'll see. I've still yet to really integrate IDW stuff, so with Tangle and Whisper now canonically being in product, I'll have to, but yeah, we'll see. Because I've always treated IDW stuff as not strictly not connected to Expanse stuff, but more I depend heavily on just game content. This is up for review. Do it after you get it colored to make sure it's alright, then do a little touch up on the lines. Yeah, well that's something I was saying earlier, because like I worry too much about the process, but once it's all done, like I've got the line art, I have the sketch, I'll have base colors and then whacking on a couple of shading and lighting layers. Afterwards, in the end, like even though I've got all the layers set up, I merge it all anyways and just go from there. But yeah, in between time I still stress about the process. I haven't watched the latest episode, but the only thing I heard was the little teaser on Twitter, so I've only heard a little bit of Tangle's voice, I'm assuming. I haven't heard Whisper yet. Yeah. Let's see here. I grown on Surge. She's cute and funny and could be fun with her own side story. Yeah, I do like Surge. No idea how I'd utilize her myself, but she's a very cool character. Along with Kit. What do you think of Professor Tori? She been in the background, is she really interesting? She's actually really cool. I like Tori. She's very lore dump heavy. She gives a lot of exposition about stuff, the deeper aspects of canon. Does overlap pretty heavily with Professor Pickle. Like a lot of the stuff that she talks about could be done by him, but I like her. I no idea what I want to do with her yet, but she would be useful for a lot of my stuff because a lot of my stuff is foundational civilization lore. That's another thing as well. That the major updates that I need to make, because I've always heavily detailed the 4 great civilizations, but now they've been canonically expanded on. So I'm not gonna completely change what I've done, but I will be adjusting to make them canon compliant with game lore. So yeah, that's one of the things I'll have to do once I get around to it. Yeah, I'm giddy about that from the Cowboys case file. Yeah. Yes, that's what's going to happen. Be warned. The biggest thing I'm struggling, actually, well, most of it, what's been established of the civilizations hasn't been too bad. Like the Gaians is a pretty interesting concept. I still haven't done anything or thought about anything for it mostly because there's no visuals to really put to them, but they're interesting in concept. The thing that is bothering me though is what they've done with the Merle in the Japanese timeline, because they've established him as being back 2,000 years ago, which is fine and all, but the Sonic Battle games very specifically place him as 4,000 years ago. So it's like, what do I do there? Do I ignore the game and go with this official timeline? Yeah. I think this is looking pretty good. I always feel hesitant to use the liquefier tool on line art because it tends to break things a little bit, but I don't know. This is a consequence of not working off of a cleaned up sketch. Honestly, was pretty disappointed that we didn't have any Sonic game news during the state of play. True, yeah, I was jonesing for it as well. There was a lot of things I was jonesing for. It wasn't a bad state of play, but there's a lot of things that probably could have been there because it was, nearly an hour and a half long. But it was a fun watch. And disappointed there was no Sonic, but we'll get it in due time. What I am really looking forward to at the moment, though, is Pokemon Day, which is coming up in a week and a half or so. Excited about what new Pokemon stuff we'll have. I would love to do like a Pokemon related stream sometime. I kind of just default to Sonic stuff because it's like, it's my bag, it's what people watch me for, but I would love to just have a stream just drawing Pokemon designs. Like, I don't talk about it too much, but I have my own Pokemon region that I have at the back of my head that I've been sort of building for a little bit now, but I don't work on it as much as I'd like to. I don't really have a particular goal for it. It's just more for fun. I've seen a few episodes when I was out traveling. Was surprisingly down to earth and chill show. What show are we talking about? Are we back on Bluey? Oh, yeah. Nah, that's cool. I'm glad the rest of the world's enjoying it. I have no idea what it's all about myself. And I live there. No, you're all good. Okay, so I think that's... for now, I'm just going to leave it as is, and then I'll tweak it a bit more, I guess, afterwards if it's too ugly. Now, do I want to finish this drawing, or do I want to line up something else? I don't know. I don't know what my attention span feels like at the moment. Do you think the Sonic leaks are accurate or going to happen? I have no idea. I don't really follow leaks, honestly. Like I get like sometimes they appear on my radar, but usually I just forget about them. Unless they're like talked about a lot. 1 down, 99 to go. No, well, on this page it's only 96, unfortunately. I wanted to reach 100, but I didn't have enough space. Unless I had a few more little critters, but only 96 on the page. Don't pay attention too much on them. Yeah. A lot of them it's like just wishful thinking stuff. I can't, yeah. I don't really know about the, you know, how accurate some leaks have been in the past. That's whatever. Sonic Super game coming, game soon this coming March. Wow, March? Holy crap. I can't wait. Alright, well what I'll do, I won't, oh actually. That was close. I'll start making folders. So Shackled, and then it's gonna be Sonic Fortnite. Wow! I mean, why not? They've already made like a Sonic Fall Guys, so why not make a Sonic Fortnite? Why didn't that? Oops. Okay, so what I'll do is for the most part I'll actually no I don't know I should just finish it because line art takes a long time, but coloring does not take time at all. I'm just gonna find the base colors to see what. Bear with me. Where is he? There he is. Okay, so he's got. this card. Yellow ring and then green. Blue lips. Now that I think about it, it's actually fitting that King Boomber has blue lips with this law, because Pachacamac would have evidently drowned to death by perfect chaos. So I like it. I don't know how I feel about this drawing though. Previous time I've drawn looks are pretty decent. It's a bit hard with the new beard setup. I might have to undo that. Okay, I think that looks right. I might have to. It should have knuckles, but I was hesitant to add them because it interferes with the King Boomber hands, but whatever. Let's give Pack some identity. No, I'll just leave this one. Oops. How do I achieve this? do here for the colors? I want just a basic. So I need to do something unique with this guy instead of my usual coloring style, because I want to apply the kind of coloring that's on the current King Boombu model. So it's kind of like, what is it? It's kind of like a weird blue and then pink and then like a gray or something. Kind of like that. Very experimental. Maybe I should do it more subtly. I'll put that aside for now and try to as a basic multiply layer. apply the pink after the fact. Where is it? Okay, I mean, it looks pretty decent. Something I need to start engaging with doing is, do I want to do it that way? This one's a bit hard to experiment on because it's just all white, but I think I might try doing it this way. And I thought this one would be simple because it's just a ghost, but I have to consider like the actual coloring of it now. May end up putting this one aside in a few minutes just so that I can maybe try to tackle it a bit later on. like it. I'll work on that one a bit more afterwards. I'm going to move on to another one. So I don't know if I want to pick at random or... I might go down maybe. So that means that if I can average about 2 per stream. Ugh. Hey, welcome back. Came back just as I finished this one, so I'm contemplating which direction I want to go for our next one. So I still got another 2 hours before well, I might stream more than that, but 4 hours is typically when I start to get tired, so yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I've got another 2 hours of contemplating which character to do next, whether I want to... I think I want to avoid going from left to right. The other option I considered was going from top to bottom, so potentially doing this one next, or just picking at random. Anyways, welcome back. Which one? I might go, Monica. Monnette, rather. Oh, yeah, when is Moo's stream? Been waiting. Okay, so I'm gonna go... Yeah, I'm gonna go Monnette. Peer pressure. Monnette. Is that how you spell it? Sonic. Yeah, it is 2 N's. Fair enough. Sonic. So it's a redesign of that, but at the same time, she is the twin sister of Ray the Flying Squirrel. In Expanse lore. I haven't seen Moo art in a hot minute. Oh. Well, actually, did take a look a couple months ago. Some, what was it, Deltarune art? Very nice. Hey, what? Let's see if Oh, that's interesting. I have not kept up with Sonic Blitz. Like, no one talks about it, but I'm looking at the Sonic wiki and like there's all these new main renders on each of the character pages. Just saw that Ray has a 3D model from Sonic Blitz. That's cool. Yeah, Deltarune, I got it to Dispatch recently. Oh, nice! Nice. I've seen a bit about Dispatch and it looks really interesting. I've thought about trying to get into it, but I don't know if I have the attention span. It looks really cool though. Well, it seems pretty fun. Nice. Have you been drawing art of Dispatch? Okay, so I'll start on this one. That's more it. Okay, next one, starting now. This one should be a bit more interesting because it's like a actually substantially detailed character. Yep, I heard good things about it. Same. I wasn't able to avoid seeing some videos appear by Rex, so I did take a peek at some of the scenes. But at the same time, I didn't want to watch too much in case I ever got into it myself. Monday, my beloved, Robert Sam the third, my beloved. Yeah, lots of beloveds. Right, submit. Okay, so I'm trying to apply some traits from Ray, so I'm going to copy some of his tuft here. So this character serves two particular purposes in Expanse. She is the game-friendly version of Sonette from Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, so the squirrel fangirl of Sonic in that series. Pretty funny character. But also she aims to be the, well, she serves the purpose of being Ray the Flying Squirrel's twin sister. So she has some pretty decent importance in some of my stories. Because I do a fair bit with like Ray. It's very, very different. I should delve more into that at some point. But he's pretty substantial for some of my endgame sort of things. Right, so little ears. Yeah, yeah, that one. It's fun. I like her. I've seen some pretty cool redesigns of her in the past, but I've always utilized her as well. Actually, now that I think about it, I've had designs for this character for a while, but I didn't create a fully established design for her like until a couple of years ago when I did my lineup of characters that are specifically siblings of canon characters. So I brought back her design then and finally revealed some of the ideas I had for her. But she's fun. She's actually, let me see if I can pull that up. There. There. Here we go. Yep. So this one. Yes. Monnette, I've made a typo. She's supposed to have two N's in her name, but she's Ray's sister. That's her design, full design. So once I've finished the line art, I'll establish. Oh, you're still here. And I'll. Try to. Yeah, she's the lead. She's the leader of this particular team. So this is Styx's brother and Rouge's half brother. So they make a fun little sports-oriented team because she's a runner or marathon runner, and he's a tennis player, and he's in, I think, MMA. I'm not too sure. I wasn't sure if it was just kickbox. Oh yeah, maybe leaning into the MMA sort of thing. Yeah, she's cool. I like her. decent so far. Forgotten how to draw the faces. That's good. Just around the corner. Glad this isn't too painful. I was worried that I was going to be way too rusty, but I seem to have picked it up pretty quick. Wait a second. Just go this way. have confidence. No confidence. Ah, that's cool. Well, so far I haven't died, so it's looking promising. Every single track in this OST is timeless. Yeah, this is really fun. My bad. Well, not really sorry about this. Let's see here. Yeah, cute. I wonder if people who listen to my streams can memorize the track list order of this particular playlist. Like every time like I listen through it, like I pretty much know exactly what song is gonna happen next, just because of how many times I've listened to it. I'm really gonna draw like a modern Ray sometime. I've designed modern Ray in the past, but I think the design's pretty outdated at the moment. I've actually got it as established that Ray is actually from Soliana, and he serves a pretty substantial importance in my later like sort of endgame sort of stories. But the other side of that lore is that his father, and Monnette's father as well, he's from Missouri, and he's, well, in Sonic Unleashed, there's this like little side bit of lore where there's like, in Missouri, there's like a rare person every now and again who can like see and communicate with spirits, and like Ray's father is like one of those people, and he and Monnette, well, Ray to a greater degree, but they inherit this from him. So like in some later story stuff, Ray is like utilized as a, I guess, an agent of Soliana, and he's like tracking down like the fragments of Iblis and Nephilis. So he's kind of a bad guy, more misguided than anything else. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah. So a lot of stuff. Like, yeah, by the like the later stories of my Expanse things, some of the events and things are kind of wacky. It's like a culmination of both all the games leading up to that point, but as well as that, like Expanse heavily emphasizes on a lot of past era stuff and like, you know, godly hierarchies and everything like that. So everything throughout the entire like historical timeline culminates into these final stories. So yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff. Yay, non-evil antagonist, yeah! But yeah, so Ray is able to see the spirits and stuff like his father, but Monnette can as well, but like to a lesser degree. She just wants to run. That's all she likes. Since she's a game-verse version of Sonette from Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, I still maintain some of the elements of her story where she's like, you know, obsessed with Sonic initially in her childhood, but I have a thing where she sort of grows out of it, but she maintains her love of running. So growing up, she enters this academy and like, you know, becomes a marathon runner and all that. She's pretty fun. Just like before, I really should be doing secondary sketches. Because like there's a lot of anatomical issues in this one, but I'm just kind of rolling with it. I'll go over it with a liquify tool later. This is always the most stressful part. Having everybody watch me fluff around with trying to do hands. Especially with like just doing a line art directly over it. This looks pretty decent. Just got to refine the lines a little bit, and then I can start throwing some color on. I think that looks alright. I usually just do a lot of, when areas look pretty plain, I usually just fill her in with like hard shadows and stuff. Like little notches here and there. realized that whenever I like do like weird things like this where I'm sort of tilting and like doing little bits at a time, like I hyper focus on like just what's in the middle, so don't mind about keeping it all centered, and it probably look weird to like the viewers. It's funny. Finally home. Ah, welcome back. Nice. How many more characters left in your little batch? Let's see here. Looking great so far, by the way. What all is on the agenda? Well, probably gonna stream for another hour and 20, so I hit the 4-hour mark. Basically, this stream is mostly just to experiment to see how long it takes me to render out a character from sketch to completion. So far this is good. I've almost finished the line art, and then once I whack on the colors, probably even finish before the 4 hours, but this one here took 2 hours to do. I'm going to go over it again later, but for the most part, he's done. Just gotta like touch it up and you know, just fluff around with it a bit. Actually, I haven't even gotten to the point where I merge it and start tinkering with it overall, but yeah, just more seeing, you know, updating my style and seeing how long it takes me to do things. So I actually got a lot less done than I thought I would. So for I anticipated roughly 4 hours, 2 characters per stream. So for 96 potential characters, divided by 2. Jesus, looking at 48 streams. So hope you all can tune in. Yeah, this is more just a very low pressure thing to do. For later streams, I would like to go back to doing, you know, something brand new from start to finish, like I had done previously. Just don't particularly have ideas at the moment, but once I do, I'll set up a stream for that. But in the meantime, I'm just going to be touching up old projects, so going over these old sketches and finally rendering them out. Maybe I might do my fractured stuff again at some stage, but I'm kind of fighting myself because I think, these are so old now. So maybe I might need to update them again for a 3rd time, but yeah, we'll see. Well, actually, what I might even do is like just do some basic standing sketches like this of like these character designs, so maybe of these, the Mervian forms. We'll see. I've really, like, for these, I've just gotta... These should be easy, but the crystalline look is so messy, and these, I virtually have no idea what I was doing. So I did this one like in one of my later streams, the last time I streamed, but I have no idea what I did there, so I'm kind of I think maybe once I've done the basic avatar forms like these ones, or the Titan forms rather, maybe I'll have an idea of how to do these, but for now they're kind of a bit confusing. Like I said, these ones should be easy. I've just got to whack on some color onto these. but and then these things, which I'm not looking forward to because these ones are bigger and much more detailed. I did make a start on this one. Didn't get very far. I feel like this chart, this updated chart, hit a really nice sweet spot in the updated star. Yeah, like star-wise, it's like not outdated. Like I still draw like this, but I really like how these turned out. I don't know if I want to update their designs or anything, but I would love to see these like actually rendered out creature designs at some stage. We'll see. I did do some side-on sketches of them before, but I did try to render out the first one, or the first couple, but I wasn't happy with how they looked, so I'm going to start again. Yeah, these are cool. Yeah, creature designs. Yeah, like between this and my chart, a lot of it's just more, I guess, unifying everything that I've created up until this point. I haven't really created anything new for a while, so yeah, it's just good reflecting on stuff that like I've created in the past over a decade. Because like a lot of these character designs have been drawn like once. They've been conceptualized and everything once, and then like haven't drawn them since. Yeah, it's very celebratory. 2012 is when I started my first Sonic Expanse things. Well, before it officially became Sonic Expanse, but 2012 is when it all first started happening. Oh yeah, Blade of Courage. Yeah, I love Blade of Courage. I've really got to do more. Like establish some of the stuff in there. They do some really neat ancient civilization stuff that'd fit really nicely in Expanse. I think I finally got it figured out. Nice! That's cool. Look forward to seeing that. Nice. 1 second. Oh, very cool. Like the guns. Okay, just a few more bits and pieces and I can start whacking on the flats. Okay, that'll do. Thank you. Felt like it took forever to get his stripped head shape down. Understandable. It's actually, yeah, I imagine it'd be kind of difficult to sort of, like, considering all of them are chibis, you'd want to do it in a way that doesn't make them seem the same size as the classic characters. So yeah, you've done well. Good job. I think that should be fine. Thanks, character ship. JK, don't listen to me. Yeah. God, it's been like what? Oh, I want to say like it's probably been like 20 years since I drew him. Let's see. I really should like selection tool and like bucket fill, but I still haven't broken this habit of just painting it in myself. And I do it all on one layer as well, so I'm not separating them. I really should, but yeah. I'm still a pretty big fan of Okay the Hedgehog. Oh yeah. Relic of the past. Still do things and everything manually too, yeah. It's pretty tough habits. Oh. Yeah, that'll do. Another thing I should really do is like have, you know, set colors for things. It's like every time I'm, like right now, even though I've got like a full reference image of this character, I'm just eyeballing the palette.
thank you. It's actually, yeah, a lot better than I thought it would, because in the actual original design I did for it, that image uses a lot of kind of more of a duller palette. So this is the previous one. Yeah, so it's a lot more vibrant, this one. I'll add some highlights in a moment after I finish the shading. So I'm kind of, I thought, I said I was going to try to like spice up my style a bit, but I think I'm just going to go with Old Faithful and just do my usual thing. I might add a bit of a glow effect actually. Yeah, that's good advice. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like I said earlier, coloring really does not take long to produce nice results. And this is like 3 seconds of work. So I'm pretty happy with how this looks already, so I feel like I can probably leave this with minimal work. That is why line art is the most important part, because I think anything could look decent if you have a solid line art. This is splicing up a little bit.
In rough water level number from Dark to Hero.
Yeah, I've never questioned it. I just enjoy the vibes. Yeah, I pretty much only go for this playlist because it's like the only one that I could find that's like fully compiled. Like otherwise, I'm looking at opening up an actual YouTube playlist, and in the past I've avoided that because YouTube will always do the thing where like it's like saying, "Hey, you're still listening," so that it like disrupt the flow. But I could probably get away with that now though because I've got a YouTube Premium account. Membership or subscription rather. So who knows? Maybe I might check him. Actually, I said before that I wanted to avoid, I was gonna not do it because it's only short. But I think next time maybe I might do the beta build Shadow the Hedgehog OST. There's some really fun songs in that one. Like Iron Jungle has lyrics. So yeah, maybe next time I'll loop that 25-minute playlist for 4 hours. So there's like, yeah, you get to listen to it 8 times. Yeah, I love them. It was definitely very representative of the time it came out. Well, it was supposed to come out, rather. I really like how this turned out, actually. I think it'll look really good after like a bit of tweaking and everything. I'm not going to do the part where I merge the layers and fiddle around with it in total, but I think overall this one looks pretty good. What was he up to? What was he cooking? Oh, that's what I'll do. That actually looked really good. Super happy with how that turned out, actually. I kind of want a few aspects of those type back, honestly. Yeah, same. Not just a few, like a lot of them. nice. Really like how this turned out. Oops. Okay, that's what we achieved in this stream. I think I said I was going to go to 4 hours, but I finished earlier than I expected. I don't want to start on something with only half an hour, so I might end it there. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm going to do more of these. Well, I promise this every time that I stream more, but I really want to do more of these. So I'm going to try to stream again over the next couple of days. I'm gonna try to go down the list again, so might do these two, so the rhino and the cat lady. So those will entail the next stream. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Until then, I really hope I can will myself to stream again. Alright, good night everyone.